1992. Black Wednesday, the most devastating currency collapse in the modern era. Among this chaos was an investor. An investor that made $1 billion that very day. How did he do it? How can one man bet against a currency and come out on top? This is the story of George Soros, the man who broke the Bank of England. England was in a poor economic state subsequent to the 1980s British recession. The countries of Europe developed a mechanism to keep each currency from deviating too far from the others. The aim was to increase economic stability by relying on each other in times of crisis. This was achieved by manipulating the market by buying or selling pounds in millions. Originally, England was not part of this mechanism known as the ERM, but in 1990 Prime Minister John Major had England join the ERM. England's poor economic state meant that the banks had to buy millions of pounds to battle inflation, but they couldn't keep doing this forever. After all, they were digging into their national reserves. In 1992 George Soros was ready to make money by betting against the British pound. Everybody knew that it had to devalue at some point, and money could be made by selling the pound when it was high in value then rebuying later. Starting in August 1992 Soros went to the banks to borrow money. He would take this money to the foreign exchange and buy German marks. In less than 30 days he had $1.5 billion worth of marks. He just needed the pound to lose its value. George Soros needed some kind of event to devalue the pound. This event happened to be an interview with the president of the German bank. The president said that he doesn't rule out that some currencies might come under pressure. Soros made some calls and sold £10 billion that day, sending the British pound into chaos. Thousands followed suit in a national panic sell. £3 billion were bought by the Bank of England, which did nothing as tens of billions of pounds were being sold on the market. The interest rate heightened from 10% to 15%, and by the end of the day £27 billion had been bought by the English bank, and the pound still spiraled into chaos. The pound was suspended from the ERM because it had lost its value by 25%. George Soros pocketed $1 billion in profit by buying British pounds after this drop. This is how George Soros made $1 billion in one day and demolished the British pound.